What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Jeep video. My name is JP and this is Wander to Get Lost, and this is part 2 of the bringing power to the back of the Jeep and hooking everything up into that electrical power box. So today's video is going to center around running our 6-gauge cable from the battery, snaking it through the Jeep all the way to the back of our JCR off-road molly panel where I've mounted the electrical power box. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using 6-gauge cable, and I got this off of Amazon. This is actually welding wire and it's really flexible, so it's really good for using in applications of running it through places and routing it around places. It's actually made in the USA, which is really cool. So yeah, I'll link this down below. I'm also going to need some 6-gauge lugs, and with these lugs you do need a heavy-duty crimper, so I actually splurged for that as well. So I have now a heavy-duty crimper that I think can go all the way down to like 2-gauge, I think, and I got a nice pair of wire snips with it. I also got that off Amazon, so I'll link that down below if you need a good set. I'll probably end up using it a lot once we add our full battery bank onto the RV. Alright, so basically from part 1 in the video you saw that I'm going to be running the power to a Blue Sea Marine fuse block. Per their directions, they say you have to use either 4-gauge or 6-gauge wire, and then you also have to have a 100 amp fuse between the power coming off your battery to that fuse block. So I actually got a 100 amp circuit breaker. That way I don't have to replace fuses, so that way if anything pops, the circuit breaker will pop. I can then pull all the fuses off the fuse block, reset it, and test each connection individually. So I think that'll work better rather than blowing the fuse and then having to replace the fuse, and then if you got to test it, you can keep popping fuses and stuff. So it's really simple. I laid everything out already. I'm gonna run my power off the fuse block to the on-off switch. That'll then turn on my USB chargers. The water switch and the light switch, those are obviously our switches, so I'm going to run individual power from the fuse block to those items, and that'll be for its own install videos later on down the road. All right, so that was a lot of talking. I'm gonna get to doing some work right now. Please hit that subscribe button down below, and if you hit that bell next to the subscribe button, you'll get a notification of when a new video drops. If this video helps you or you find it interesting or cool, just hit the thumbs up. All the thumbs up help this channel grow. And yeah, sorry this video took a while to get out. We took a 5-day RV trip, so it's just doing that, and we were having a lot of fun with the family in upstate. And now we're back, so getting into the swing of things, and we're doing a garage sale this weekend and getting stuff ready for the house. Yeah. All right, so I have to go get some chocolate chips off the RV. After I do that, I'm gonna get working on the Jeep. All right, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you at the end for a recap. All right, so I mounted the circuit breaker here. Mounted it sideways. This way, so I'm going to have my in from the battery coming this way, and then my out will come out this way up to my fuse block. The holes for mounting look like they're a number 8. So I have only number 10 bolts, so I'm just drilling them out a little bit, and you can see I made the holes bigger, so it doesn't take much. It's just, that's it. So I'm going to drill them out, make it easier to mount with. All right, I already made this little short, which is going to go to my positive post of the fuse block, and it's going to go to this auxiliary post of the circuit breaker, and that's pretty much going to tell me where I can go. And the other thing, make sure you check the size of your posts, because this is a number 10 post, and this is actually a 1/4 inch, so I have a 1/4 inch lug opening on this side and then a number 10 on this side, so make sure you always double check that. So it's gonna be something like this. All right, so I got a hole marked. I'm just gonna drill this out. Alright, I'm just gonna do this for all the other corners and then tighten it into place. Alright, so now I have my circuit breaker. I'll leave that off, but my auxiliary to my fuse block. And this will obviously be my ground back to the battery. And I just got to run my positive line here to the battery. All right. Here in the back of the Jeep, you can see where my wires are coming off. I'm bringing it behind the carpet here, and I'm tracing down the rear wheel well down to the foot underneath the seat belt for the driver's side, and then it comes right here, and you can see I'm gonna pass it underneath this cowling right here, and then it's just gonna come up back here. I'm gonna bring it up through here and then pass it through the dash into the engine. So it's actually pretty simple. Here are my 2 lines. I'm going to run them across the engine bay to my battery, get the lugs on them, and hook it to the battery. So, all right, let's do that. This shouldn't take that much longer, and then that'll be all that. All right, so the good thing about the dual battery system, the negative post, big post is right up here for me to go in. So I'm just going to measure this and cut this and just leave a little slack in case I ever need to move it around. And then the positive, I'm going to bring through the grommet, and the post is right here for me to tap into. Yeah, so makes hooking up real nice and easy. All right, so let me cut these, cut these, run them through, and then we'll put the lugs on. All right, so I measured right here. It's where I want my cut to be. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lug against here. I'm going to see where I need to make my cut, and it's right at this eye. So that's where I'm going to use my knife. And then I try to press, but not press too hard. You could always buy the stripping tool, but if you have a steady hand, you can do this. And so I just press lightly, just working it around to cut the insulation, and then you can just pull it right off. So you just inspect it, and then I'm just gonna get my shrink wrap, place that over the line, put on my lug like so, and then my crimper is right here. This might be a little hard being where it is. And just inspect the crimp, it looks good. And I'm butted up right against the insulation the whole way around. I have a nice crimp tab. And I'm just gonna heat shrink that, and then connect to my negative. Alright, so one issue that I've run into right now, and I don't think it's going to have to wait till tomorrow. The positive post looks like it's a 3/16, or this is a 1/4 inch. So I think this is a 5/16. The 1/4 inch lug doesn't fit, and I'm not going to be able to get this on. So I'm gonna attach my negative. I'm gonna leave some extra here, heat shrink it off, and then I'll be back tomorrow once I can pick up the correct size lug for my positive post. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. What's going on, everybody? I'm back. So I got the lug, the correct size lug that I needed, and this was a 5/16, so it fits really nice. I've disconnected the negative. I'm just gonna strip this back, crimp it, and then connect. So once I do that, then I'll have full power running to the back. Alright, so that's attached. Pop my negative back on, and then I'll meet you at the back of the Jeep and we'll flip the switch. Alright, so we're back here in the back of the Jeep and everything is hooked up. So again, I have my positive coming to my battery in on the circuit breaker. Then I have my auxiliary power out to my fuse block, and then I have my negative run, and I zip tied it back here to clean it up. So this is all set. So if I press in this circuit breaker, it shouldn't pop if it's done correctly, and it's holding. So this is going to the auxiliary battery of my dual battery system, which is always providing power until it drops to a certain point. So I do have power going to this. It's not tripping, so that means it's good. So I'm not really using it right now, so I'm just going to flip the breaker so it's off, so there's no power coming into here. But all right, so that's it for this video. I'll meet you on the engine for a recap. All right, so that's it for this video. As you can see, it's really not that difficult. Just if you take some time and lay out how you want your wires run and where you want your fuse block and your circuit breaker to go. So once you figure that out, cutting the wire lengths and actually doing all the connections is actually rather easy. If you have any questions about what I did here in the install, leave a comment down below and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. The next video, I'm gonna continue this into a part 3, and the next part will be running the power off the fuse block, supplying it to my on-off, and then powering the USB devices, and I'll show you how I'm going to run the wires in that. So in case you don't know how to do wiring to that, I guess, degree, it's really not that difficult, but I'll show you the different connectors you'll need and how to do basically jumping from one positive to the next positive on the other device. So that'll be in the next video. I was going to do that in this video, but I'm pretty sure this video is going to go a little longer, so I didn't want to do that. Alright, so I'm going to go and work on the raffle drawing or the giveaway for the Midland radios. Alright, thanks again for watching. Please hit the thumbs up if this video helped you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you hit that bell, you get notifications of when we drop new videos. As I said, we got back from an RV trip. For about 5 days we were upstate, and I'm going to be dropping a recap video on that one. It was kind of our big RV shakedown trip, and quite literally we shook some things off the RV, so I'm going to have to make some repairs too. So got some video coming out about that. But thank you again to all our new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing, and yeah, have a great day. Oh, and don't forget, check out our merchandise shop. We have some cool t-shirts. Just this one came, so thought it was pretty catchy saying, so check it out. And yeah, make a purchase. Any money that we make off these t-shirts goes back into making videos and doing mods and stuff. So, all right, now I'll really see you on the next video.